I had the opportunity recently to throw a small birthday party for my niece who turned 2. This was something I was happy to be part of, but it came with a sorrow. You see, my younger brother is piecing together the broken parts of his life that were destroyed by divorce. I am not here to discuss how he got there or anything of the sort. The truth is, most of us have been affected by a loss that has in one way or another reshaped our lives. Whether it is through divorce, separation, or even death, we must all come out on the other side, mending back our broken hearts, and this looks different for everyone. The only thing I can speak to is the perspective of a spectator who cries when my brother mourns the shift in his family dynamic. I am just an outsider looking in, a big sister who yearns to fix something I cannot. As spectators, we do our best to comfort those who are hurting. In doing this, sometimes we're not perfect with our words of compassion, but we can use the gifts God has given us to show our sympathy. Not having the right words to say to heal the mourning of any loss is normal, because many times words are just not enough. Right now, for my brother, what matters is picking up the torch of this new life he must carry for him and his children. He must move forward to the best of his ability for himself and his children, giving them all a new standard of living. Doing this quaint party gave me a lot to reflect on for those who are raising families and running households on less than a 2-parent home, less than the average income, less than enough strength to carry on another day for the sake of your family. Again, I cannot speak on matters that I have not been through, such as a divorce, but as a Christian, sister, and a Thea, I will always reach out my hands to serve. God commands me to love and serve those who are in need. In this video, I wanted to show that a party can be celebrated when funds are not there, when you're feeling less than adequate as a single parent or caregiver, when you're afraid you'll disappoint a loved one with limited resources. We feel this way because we use what we see on social media as the litmus test of life. We use the small scope of what is curated online as a standard to measure up to. I don't pretend to hate social media because while at times it feels like the Wild West to me, it is also a place of refuge, a place for those who want to connect and find solace in lifting one another up in times of need, whatever that need may look like. I hope to do that for those watching. I want to show it is not only possible to throw a simple party while you're low on funds, going through a hardship, or even just trying to save money and being a good steward with what you have. You may have seen some of these ideas before, but I'm going to demonstrate how I orchestrate a small and purposeful party. Costs were able to be kept low because most of the items I showed previously were things I already owned, and the money spent was only for new material and a birthday gift. Which leads me to the first decision I make, and that is how to pay for the party. What I mean by this is that money is not the only form of currency that can be spent. Time is also a form of currency, and I look at time as more precious than money. Time cannot be returned, but only given or exchanged. Here, I chose to pay with a small amount of money and a lot of time. I love my family, but I only have one niece out of 6 nephews and 3 sons, which means, at times, she gets extra attention from me. I wanted to give her a little Boo theme since she was born in October. Using the materials I already own is always going to be the biggest money saver. Don't be afraid to shop your home or be willing to ask a friend if they have something you can borrow. This is where my time is being spent. I don't mind spending the time to hunt, borrow, or make something. I understand that not everyone wants to use their time to do these things, but this is where the type of currency you want to use comes into play. My brother wanted to oversee the food, so I left that for him to decide. If I were planning the food, I would choose something that is easy and budget-friendly. Something as simple as peanut butter and jelly sandwiches can be a fun party food by simply cutting them into any shape using cookie cutters. Of course, you can adjust with any allergy needs. Remember that this is meant to be easy on the wallet, so picking a food that can be easily made in the masses, such as sandwiches, hot dogs, crock-pot meals, and so on, will stretch a lot further for you. I have heard others say they just serve cake. I have never done it, but if that is the only thing that can be done, then just serve what you can. Recognizing how we love others is important because you can lean into that to show those who need encouragement or a reminder that they are not alone in the trenches of life. Sometimes just being there for someone is all they need at this moment. Not everything has to be over the top, and I'm not against lavish parties. I love them, but there is a time and place for everything. Don't forget that reaching out to those with different skills may want to lend you a helping hand. I happen to have an ace up my sleeve, and that is my mother, who is probably the most creative and artistic person I know. She is a resource I can go to time and time again. She loves to bake, and one of her gifts to her grandchildren are cookies designed to any theme they want. She sends them from Texas along with any other handmade items she makes for them. I understand not everyone has someone like this in their life, but think about the people you do know and the skill sets they have. They may be able to help with another area for a party you had not thought about. Usually, if you tell them what it's for, most people are willing to help out. Through the years of throwing parties and events, I have learned that people will surprise you in one of two ways. They will either surprise you with disappointment by not stepping into the role you had hoped for, or they will surprise you with the help they give. But the biggest shock is revealing who it's going to be, the ones who disappoint and the ones who lend a loving hand. Be willing to accept the help and forgive the hurt of disappointment. Here I am finally putting it all together at my brother's house. We got there in the evening and I had a little time to set up what I put together. The party isn't extravagant and it was never meant to be. There is so much love that is felt when we show up for someone. My husband and I wanted to show my brother we are here for him and his children, whom we love dearly. I wanted to remind anyone watching this that it is important to step in and show others that we care for them. Right now, you may know someone going through a hardship that is uprooting their entire world. You don't have to throw them a party, but there may be an opportunity for you to step in and assist them in what their current needs are. Or you may be watching this and are in that very place where you have to find the strength to pick up the pieces of life and move forward. Just know you are not alone. Though it may be hard to see, there is always someone that can be of help. Remember, time is a currency that is more precious than anything in the world. Money is valuable, but even money can't buy you extra time on this earth. So use what precious currency you do have. Spend it in kindness and sympathy, never pity, but in helping someone pick up their torch and carry on and move forward to a new normal. Above all, keep loving one another earnestly, since love covers a multitude of sins. Show hospitality to one another without grumbling. As each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace. 1 Peter 4:8-10. Thank you so much for watching, and please enjoy the rest of the party.